Greetings, survivors of Icarus! Today, we're digging deep into the dirt and talking about one of the most crucial aspects of this game, farming. Now, you might be wondering, why is farming so important in Icarus? Well, let me tell you, it's not just about growing your favorite veggies. It's a survival strategy, a resource goldmine, and a ticket to in-game power-ups. So, stick around as we explore the juicy details of farming, and by the end of this video, you'll be the green-thumbed genius of Icarus. Chapter 1: Why Farming Matters. Let's kick things off by diving into the importance of farming. Whether you're a greenhorn just starting your journey or a seasoned survivor, farming plays a pivotal role throughout your adventure. Early in the game, when your supplies are scarce and the wildlife is more bitey than friendly, farming can be a real lifesaver. Think about it. What's better than having a consistent supply of food right outside your base? You won't need to venture into the dangerous wilderness as often, which means fewer close calls with predators and more time for, well, not being eaten. But it's not just about the veggies you put on your plate. Farming gives you access to a variety of crafting materials that are essential for constructing everything from weapons and tools to building structures that can withstand even the harshest weather conditions. Oh, and speaking of harsh weather, ever been caught in a freezing rainstorm or blistering heat wave? Well, with the right crops and some brewing skills, you can whip up hot drinks and tonics that'll keep you cozy in the coldest of Arctic biomes and give your stamina a boost for all those intense adventures. And let's not forget about cooking. Farming provides the fresh ingredients needed to whip up delicious meals that'll enhance your stats. Seriously, the right meal can boost your max health, stamina, exposure resistance, and even your melee damage. Who knew that a plate of roast corn could turn you into a powerhouse? Chapter 2: A Bounty of Seeds. Seeds are the heart and soul of your farming endeavor. They're like your little green soldiers, ready to conquer the harsh biomes of Icarus. Now there are 3 main ways to obtain these precious seeds. Let's dive in. Option 1, the orbital exchange. Our first option is what I like to call the lazy gardener's paradise. You can request a drop pod from orbit, but it's not entirely free. It costs Ren, which is no joke. A one-time fee of 50 Ren unlocks this feature, and each seed package you order after that will set you back an additional 20 Ren. It's not cheap, but it's a convenient way to jumpstart your farming operation. Option 2, a dash of exploration. Option 2 is all about becoming a seasoned explorer. Get your boots on the ground and venture out into the wilds of Icarus. But here's the catch. Different seeds are biome-specific. You won't find every type in one place, which is why we're here to guide you on where to look. Option 3, the quest for seeds. Now, for the hardworking survivors out there, Option 3 is the true grit way. Simple missions can be your golden ticket to free seed packages. It's like the game's way of saying, "You earned it, buddy. Keep completing those quests. And who knows, you might just score some precious seeds along the way." Grassland and forest biomes. Welcome to this vibrant biome. Here, you'll stumble upon berry, lily, sponge, tomato, wheat, carrots, fiber, watermelon, corn, coffee, and yeast seeds. It's a smorgasbord of seeds waiting for you. Swamp biomes. Now, let's wade into the swamp. In this wetland haven, you'll spot reed, potato, yeast, tea, and you won't believe it, but loads of fiber. Swamp, you're too generous. Arctic biomes. Time to chill out in these icy regions. Here, the snow hides treasures like pumpkin and potatoes plants. As you venture deeper into caves, don't forget to snatch up those mushrooms. Although I must warn you, fiber's a bit of a rare sight in the cold. Basalt and lava biomes. Things are heating up in the volcanic lands. Keep your eyes peeled for cocoa, squash, gorse, soybean, and even a sprinkling of fiber. It's sizzling down here. From orbit or simple quest. If you're on the hunt from above, you can score kumara, rhubarb, and strawberry seeds. The sky's the limit. Remember, friends, each biome offers a unique variety of seeds. So, hop from one to another to gather a diverse collection for your farm. You'll be one well-rounded farmer in no time. Chapter 3, Growth Speed and Farming Talents. Now, remember, you're not alone in this farming journey. Your talents play a huge role. There's the green thumb, which gives you a plus 15% growth speed, making your crops sprout like caffeinated jackrabbits. If you're a night owl, All-Nighter provides a plus 23% speed boost during the night, which is perfect for those moonlit farming escapades. And for the meticulous farmers among us, there's Neat and Tidy. It extends the duration of your fertilizer by a whopping 50%, meaning fewer trips back to the compost pile. Speed Grow gives you another plus 15% crop growth speed boost, because who has time to wait for those crops to grow at a snail's pace, right? Then there's Bumper Crop, the talent that increases your planted crop yield by a staggering 30%. It's like doubling your harvest without doubling the effort. And if you never want to see your plants wither away, the Fresh is Best talent, also known as Evergreen, keeps them thriving regardless of the season. Chapter 4. Extensive Plant List. All right, time to kick things up a notch. Once you've got your hands on some seeds, you need to know which ones are the go-getters and which ones are, well, a little more laid back. Just like people, plants have their own growth speeds. So, welcome to the Fast and the Furious, Icarus edition. We've gathered our plants into 3 categories based on their growth speeds. Category 1, the speedsters. These are the Usain Bolts of the plant world. They grow faster than a rumor in a small town. Plants like berries, soybeans, and wheat fall into this category. These are your best friends if you want a quick harvest. Category 2, the middle-of-the-road crew. These plants are not too fast, not too slow. They're like that friend who's always right on time. Examples include tomatoes, mushrooms, and potatoes. They take their time but aren't the slowest. Category 3, the slow and steady contemplators. These plants are like philosophers taking their time to ponder the meaning of life. Squash, pumpkins, and watermelons belong here. They're in no rush to get anywhere. So, when planning your farm, consider what kind of time you have on your hands. Speedsters are perfect for quick turnarounds, but the slow and steady contemplators can yield a larger harvest in the long run. Chapter 5, the benefits of cooking. First up, we've got corn. Now, this humble vegetable doesn't just add a bit of crunch to your salads. In Icarus, it's your stamina's best friend. When you consume corn, it magically reduces the stamina you need for your actions. It's like you're running marathons while the rest of us are doing a leisurely stroll through the park. Talk about energy-packed. Next, meet the carrot. It's not just for rabbit snacks. Nope, carrots offer a surprising twist. They can increase your projectile damage. Who would have thought, right? It's like adding an extra punch to your arrows or bullets. Thanks, Bugs Bunny, for the tip. Now say hello to squash. These hardy fellas aren't just for soups and side dishes. No, sir. Squash, when consumed, can beef up your melee damage. Your foes won't even know what hit them. It's like having a sledgehammer in your hand, but much tastier. And here's the pumpkin, not just a Halloween decoration. Pumpkins give you some serious exposure resistance. It's like your very own body armor against the elements. No more getting toasted by the sun or frozen in the snow. Thanks to pumpkins, you're the ultimate survivor. Now, it's rhubarb's time to shine. Eating this plant doesn't just make a delicious meal. Rhubarb also reduces your oxygen consumption. If you're diving into the deep waters of Icarus, rhubarb's got your back. You can breathe easy, even underwater. Berries, oh delicious berries. They do more than tantalize your taste buds. Berries also reduce your water consumption. It's like nature's Gatorade, keeping you refreshed without breaking a sweat. And say hi to avocado, not just a millennial's toast topper. Avocado actually reduces your food consumption. It's like a healthy appetite suppressant. Your stomach will thank you for sure. Strawberries, the sweet treat we all love. But in Icarus, they're more than just dessert. Strawberries increase your experience gain. Munching on these red delights means you're leveling up faster than ever. Now let's talk soybeans. These little green powerhouses boost your stamina regeneration. Need a quick energy refill? Soybeans are your best buddies. Mushrooms, the wild wonders of Icarus. Eating them boosts both your health and stamina regeneration. It's like nature's health kit, providing healing on the go. Potatoes, your comfort food, and Icarus's secret weapon. They reduce your food consumption, ensuring you stay full and content during your adventures. Last but not least, there's watermelon, your hydration station. When you consume watermelon, it reduces your water consumption. It's like Mother Nature's water filter, making sure you stay quenched in the harsh wilderness. And finally, Kumara. These hardy roots increase your melee attack speed. It's like a turbo boost for your combat skills. Fast and furious. Chapter 6. Fertilizer and Composting Efficiency. Plants love a good meal. Making fertilizer is like preparing a lavish feast for your veggies. Composting spoiled plants is an efficient way to create fertilizer. The composter is like a magical factory for spoilage. It increases the rate of spoilage by 1,000%. So, what does this mean for you? Well, it takes just 10 spoiled plants to create one fertilizer. This magic dust boosts your crop's growth speed and yield by a whopping 15%. Imagine the possibilities. You'll have a lush green garden in no time. High-quality fertilizer. If you've reached Tier 4 and have a chemistry bench at your disposal, you can turn regular fertilizer into high-quality fertilizer. This fancy upgrade increases crop yield by a staggering 50%. But, alas, it comes at a cost. A 25% reduction in growth speed. It's a trade-off, but one that's worth considering when you're aiming for maximum yield. Growth fertilizer. Now what if you're all about speed? Well, growth fertilizer is the answer. This elixir will turbocharge your crops, increasing their growth speed by 50%. But there's a catch. Your crop yield will take a 25% hit. It's the tortoise and the hare of the fertilizer world. You might wonder what to do with all those spoiled plants. Well, they're versatile little fellows. Spoiled plants can be repurposed in a multitude of ways. The fertilizer factory. As we mentioned earlier, you can turn these spoiled plants into fertilizer, giving your crops a growth boost. It's like a shot of adrenaline for your garden. Make it go boom. If you're handy with explosives, you can turn spoiled plants into makeshift landmines. They pack quite a punch, delivering a massive 500 pure damage, a fearsome deterrent for the curious critters. Scaring wildlife. Do you want to enjoy a relaxing fishing session without worrying about being ambushed by wildlife? Well, you can place spoiled plants inside a simple creature deterrent. It'll keep the critters at bay in a small radius, giving you some peace and quiet while you fish your heart out. So the next time you look at a pile of spoiled plants, remember, they're not just waste. They're the key to a thriving garden, powerful explosives, and a peaceful fishing spot. Talk about getting the most out of every resource. Early game biofuel. In the early game, the most efficient way to fuel your biofuel devices is by converting wood into sticks and then into tree sap. The recipe is 100 tree sap and 500 sticks, which will completely fill your biofuel container. That's 900 sticks for each biofuel container, which equals 90 wood. This method ensures your biofuel devices keep running. Late game biofuel. When you've exhausted all the local trees and your lumberjack reputation is through the roof, it's time to get clever. By creating a greenhouse filled with berries or wheat, the fastest growing seeds, and using growth fertilizer, you can grow enough crops to produce loads of seeds. These seeds can be converted into seed oil, which can fill your biofuel container. It might sound like a lot of seeds, but with the right talents, greenhouse effects, and growth fertilizer, you can produce crops at an incredible rate. Chapter 7. Farming Structures and Greenhouses. Now it's time to supercharge your farming game. We'll explore how to unleash the full potential of your plants, turning them into veritable farming marvels. First up, the crop plots. We've got 4 kinds for you: wood, Tier 2, iron, Tier 3, hydroponic, Tier 4, and aeroponic. Each tier has its own set of perks. While wood plots are great for early game, they require manual watering and can be a bit finicky. Iron plots, on the other hand, can be hooked up to a water supply, saving you the trouble of watering them by hand. These are sturdier and easier to maintain, but they'll need a higher tier material investment. Then comes the hydroponic plot, the creme de la creme of crop plots. It can be hooked up to both water and power supplies, significantly boosting plant growth speed. The real question here is, do you have the resources and skills to build and maintain this farm marvel? If you're a real farming aficionado, you'll want to consider a greenhouse. But don't just plonk a few glass panels and call it a day. You need at least 12 glass pieces to achieve the coveted plus 50% growth speed. A 2x2 greenhouse with 8 glass walls and 4 ceilings will do the trick for early game. Remember, plants need a bit of pampering. Before we go, I'd like to remind you to check out our channel's post section for any updates or scheduled videos that are coming up. We're always here to provide you with the latest and greatest content, so don't miss out. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the fantastic world of farming in Prometheus. I hope you've enjoyed this information-packed episode. Remember, farming is an essential skill that can truly set you up for success in Icarus. If you found this video informative or entertaining, please consider hitting that like button, sharing it with your fellow gamers, and subscribing to our channel. Your support means the world to us, and it keeps us motivated to create more exciting content for you. And as always, we're eager to hear from you. If there's anything specific you'd like us to cover, any questions you have, or if you just want to share your thoughts, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. Your feedback and ideas are invaluable to us. Until next time, fellow explorers, take care, stay safe, and keep on gaming in the world of Icarus.